Second follow-up segment tonight. As we reported last night, Senator Elizabeth Warren tried to brand Jeff Sessions a racist by reading a letter written by Coretta Scott King 31 years ago. The letter had to do with a case Mr. Sessions prosecuted while U.S. attorney in Alabama. Ms. Warren was not allowed to read that letter.
I ask leave of the Senate to continue my remarks.
Is there objection?
Object.
I appeal the ruling.
Objection is heard. The senator will take her seat.
With us now, Kerry Kennedy, president of the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Organization. Ms. Kennedy's late father was a senator from New York State. Her late uncle, a senator from Massachusetts. So you object to Senator Warren being silenced. Why?
Well, because she was there looking into the appropriateness of Jeff Sessions as the Attorney General of the United States. And she was bringing legitimate questions to his record.
All right, but
she should not have been silenced.
There's a clear rule, and I'm going to read it now. This is Senate Rule 19, Section 2. All right, it says, no senator in debate shall directly or indirectly, and this would have been indirectly reading Coretta Scott King's letter, by any form of words impute to another senator or to other senators any conduct or motive unworthy or unbecoming a senator. So she was trying to make the point, Elizabeth Warren was, that Sessions is a racist and doesn't deserve to be Attorney General. This clearly violates Senate Rule 19.
Well, actually, that rule was put into place so that senators talking about other senators as senators would not attack each other.
Yeah, they didn't want them leveling personal charges against them.
So, but that's not what was going on here. Here, she was talking about an Attorney General candidate who happens to be a senator. He happens to be a senator, but her point was not to talk about him as a senator. Her point was to talk about him as a potential Attorney General of the United States of America.
But it was still being done in the Senate to another senator.
Well,
so they invoked that rule. But why?
That's true, but they've never done it in the past. I mean, they have, but the last time was 1979 when Ted Cruz attacked a senator.
It wasn't
and
79.
Said,
it was.
It was
because Cruz wasn't in the Senate.
No.
But let me say,
this is what they invoked. Rule 19 was 1979.
Okay,
but Cruz has recently called, I think it was Mitch McConnell, a liar, and they didn't use that. And
look, you don't justify bad behavior by pointing to other bad behavior. You know that. Here's what I would have done if I had been Elizabeth Warren. I would have said, I don't believe that that Jeff Sessions is worthy to become Attorney General, and here's why. And to back up my contention, I point to a letter written by Coretta Scott King about Mr. Sessions' prosecution of civil rights workers in whenever it was. And you can read that letter on my website. She could have done that easily. It wouldn't have been in violation of anything. But she wanted to hotshot it, grandstand it for her own constituency. You know what she was doing. You've been in politics long enough. She was just, and they caught on to it. This was demeaning. You didn't have to do that. You could have gotten your point across.
Well, you know what? I think that that's one way of approaching it, but I think that Coretta Scott King is she's an American icon.
Sure.
And her husband was the leading
But that doesn't mean you violate a Senate rule. You can direct people to her
I have to say, I don't think she was violating a Senate rule.
Okay, but that's not your call, because that's the call that was made by the Senate.
Well, but as we know, people in power don't always make calls that are compliant.
I don't mind you criticizing the call, but there wasn't really much argument from the left on it, because the rule is, as I just read, is pretty explicit.
Well, now, I think the point here is not whether did she break a technical rule or not. The point is, should this man with a racist past and who says
but that's your opinion.
No, that's not an opinion.
No, he was never branded a racist by anybody.
Oh, excuse me, but I think that nobody has come forward, not one Republican has come forward to dispute.
Sure they have. They said he was...
excuse me, to dispute what Coretta Scott King said about him, which is that he tried to suppress elderly black voters.
I'm not sure whether anybody delved into that case 31 years ago, but 52 Republican senators voted him Attorney General. general.
Well, that doesn't mean they don't think he's racist.
Are you saying that senators in the United States would vote a racist into it?
Absolutely. I think it's absolutely been done in the past.
I don't think so. And I don't think it's fair to brand him a racist because, as I said, it's never been proven in any way, shape, or form. He has put forth his point of view that as U.S. Attorney in Alabama, he prosecuted cases that put racists in prison. He did civil rights legislation aggressively. So you can think he is, but it's not fair to say definitive he is.
Okay.
Last word.
So let's say this. Let's look at what he's going to do, the way he's acting, and I can tell you that Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights is going to be watching him every single day.
You and the ACLU,
and
right?
We are going to be holding him accountable and be calling him out, and I look forward to coming back on your show.
Absolutely, and you're always welcome, but I think you do yourself a disservice, and you know that I respect your late father immeasurably by branding people racist. I don't think it's the right thing to do. Just my opinion.